I guess I'm not setting up yet.
You
Hi,
might
buddy.
please.
Hi.
Let's see.
I'm desperately trying to get my computer to open Roll20.
He chittered at me.
Yeah,
Aww.
that's a win.
I boop your nose. The nose has been booped.
Ah!
Boop the snoot. Snoot the boop.
He's
Why are there
not
3
pleased.
different orcs?
Mad at you too. Don't chitter at me. I'm not prey. Mostly. Alright. So, I will have to set up later, as my feline son is not for it right now. So, what happened last time?
I believe last time we actually started waking up from a nightmare.
A lot of stuff happened last
Yeah,
week.
it
Being
really
honest,
did.
like,
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, like throughout this week. I was like, a lot of you guys went through a lot of
That
shit.
shit happened.
Surprisingly, like for the time we had, like a lot of stuff was going through.
That's why there was like a little bit of like stall in my voice. So I'm like, wait, no, it wasn't the kobolds. No, it was before. No, before that.
It was before the call was, yeah.
We started there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, we started waking up from it's literally a Nightmare Emporium, but some of us woke up in a much worse condition. Along with Deet and Brendan, who seem to have very unfortunate luck in the location. It seems that Kasai and Lambert were also in their own separate instance, and Lambert was the unfortunate one in that case. But doing like a valiant hero kind of sacrifice thing. So good
His
on-
heroism is noted, as foolish as it is.
Yeah, it even got him a whole different subclass where he had to strip off some of his armor.
RP
Let's see.
loses heavy arm proficiency, feels bad.
Takes comments. Oh, it also, as a small note, it's revealed that Lambert has like some super sneaky hidden gloves. and Amber
gloves
was
of thievery.
like, "Hey, buddy."
Oh yeah, she needs to talk to you guys about that. She's gonna outsource ideas like how do I convince him to give them to me. She won't steal them.
Yeah, she has
Won't
like
steal
the
them.
honor amongst thieves kind of policy of just like, well, it's his
Yeah,
stuff.
so
I'm not
she
gonna
won't
screw
steal them, but she really does want them because it's like perfect for her. So
it. Yeah. Oh my god, we only
Jeez.
got the wolves last session.
you
So
did,
anyway.
yes, you did.
It feels like
I
forever.
know they feel like they've been here forever.
Speaking of wolves, Henrik.
Can you
took
duplicate
his-
sheets? No, you can't. God fucking damn. Oh no, there you
I
can.
said
Wait,
Yes, you
Yeah.
can.
wait, you can. You can.
He's
You
a
can.
just right
sheep,
click
and
on
I
it.
was like, yes, you can.
I was about to say.
I right clicked on the entry and I didn't see it there. I was like, damn it! And then you have to open it up to hit the duplicate button.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna
Henrik
duplicate
took his
all your
leave,
dire wolf
But
sheets.
before he did that, he gave us a pack of wolves. Dire
Cool.
wolves, one might say. And Brendan decided that he wanted to get everyone's names, and then we got their names, and we loved them even more because the names were quirky and fun. Don't tell them that. Anyways.
I mean, it depends on which one you do or don't tell. I'm pretty sure
think
Ripper
Guy
will
would
find
do
any
it.
excuse to attack you guys.
Yeah, fair. Understandable. Have a good evening, sir. Actually, that's a question. Are they all guys?
Let's see.
Well, one of them is
I
guy.
believe-
Fisk.
Well, most of them are guys. I'm trying to remember. Well, we have a list. I could just look at the list. Let's see. Fang and Kebab are girls, I believe, and then the rest are guys.
Alright, alright.
What about the horses?
All guys.
Wait, I thought only one of them liked people.
Guy does like people, but not the rest are. Shut up.
See, his joke was better.
I don't feel good about that.
No.
Good. You shouldn't.
I feel
When I develop
what-
a de-inspiration system, I'll be sure to use it often on you guys.
Please don't. I'll be constantly de-inspired.
The beatings
Please
will
do,
continue
I'll
to
be
be improved.
yeah, you get what you
Please
deserve.
do.
Anyway,
anyways. We have that. Get a literal wolf pack. Head on out. Go a bit north. Some of us see. Oh, by the way, while we were sleeping, because we slept for fucking ever, our vagrant group headed north to go inspect. I can't remember the word exactly. I think it's called a cairn.
Right.
Okay.
Turn.
I'm surprised I remember that. as we approached, we did see
Oh.
a flock of something that looked like birds, but kind of wasn't. And then when we got to the location that the vagrants were at, we kind of saw what it was. It was something called the slivers, which I don't know.
Oh yeah, I realized when I was listening through the entry, I didn't really describe what slivers. I assume that you guys had predisposed knowledge of what sliver from DG, which is on me. So those slivers, those sliverlings, imagine like sort of a combination between like a snake and like a worm. Actually, wait, no, I have art. I could just drop the art. That would make perfect sense.
Or people could
I have a whole
just-
folder for slivers.
Or people could just, I don't know, play MTG. Actually, are slivers even used in MTG anymore, or are they kind of died out?
Yeah, no, they're still around.
EDH, really.
Okay.
But those are like the most popular formats.
So
There you go.
Yes.
That's a type of sliver.
let's
Oh.
get a good picture of that. Look at this.
Slivers are renowned for certain distinguishing features. Most of them have a mono arm, only one arm. They have a very pointed head, and they have a bifurcated tail, which is say they have like a split tail. The sliverlings you guys saw are again the length from either your elbow to your fingertips or the length of your entire torso. They varied a little bit. And the sliverlings fly. Not with wings or anything, they just sort of
Dude,
fly. Yeah, no wings, no flapping, no nothing. They just sort of flew.
If that
Yeah,
ain't a
so that's a-
monstrosity. But
Technically, no, they're not.
odd,
They're in a different classification.
which we might
At least
find
my
out
rules.
in the future. I don't
I
think
can tell you
anyone's
guys.
gonna listen
I can tell you guys.
It's gonna be
online.
aberrations.
They are aberrations.
to That That makes sense.
Aberration, parenthesis, sliver, and parenthesis.
Fun things. So we're hanging about there. Another very important detail when we were in that region was we saw and heard explosives. After doing some slight investigation, we discovered the explosives were from a bunch of fucking kobolds.
Heck.
And Sajar just went Chad Dragon on them. It's like, get your ass over here. And they immediately did. It was great. As a metagame thing, we had a fun moment of guessing higher or lower. Fred said higher, and then I rolled a 100 on a D100. I was like,
Heck.
it was nuts. So they ended up being chromatic. Yes? No, metallic. They were metallic kobolds. So they were much more talkative and peaceful and not entirely chaotic, but still kind of chaotic. After talking to them, figuring out that there was some type of draconic call that Star didn't pick up on. Odd, but I don't know. They're heading north, as well as the fucking giant storm, literally giant storm, potentially, that we saw, like, less than a week ago. They also recognized him immediately as a warden. He never introduced himself as a warden. They just knew. Which is weird, but pop off.
Yeah,
none of
they
us-
did.
Yeah.
Heck.
We all kind of noted it, but we're all just like, we don't know why. So anyways, kobolds, we kind of convinced them, like, hey, go take care of the sliver problem for us. And they're just like, sure. They try to blow it up, and they all get scared shitless. So Sajar's like, here, okay, boomer, have some power. I hate that I made that joke. Anyways, he empowered the explosives expert. Explosive expert does what he does, explodes the slivers, and they go down there, get some loot. The loot of, like, magic sword, magic dagger, a chest full of, like, gems and money and just, like, all this cool stuff. A specific helmet that, after Anushka investigated it, was from not the Hell Knight himself, but I believe a follower of a specific Hell Knight that is barbed and covered in spines. That I wrote down the name
A
of, but I can't seem to
worshipper.
find it. A worshipper, yeah.
With Salismar?
Thank you for saying that. I found it in my notes. I'm like, oh god, no.
Yeah, yeah, round one.
Yeah.
The Salismar.
And at this point, I'm going to mention that the gold came out to 667. And we agreed to
No,
take off
666.
one gold. Yeah, we took off one gold because it's the joke.
Well, no, I've changed reality. It was 666.
It is 666.
Oh shit.
Perfect. Brendan was informed to collect a bundle of the rubies, and then we're all just like, hey, what's up? And it was kind of mentioned like, hey, this is just mostly for communication. It's not evil purposes. Yet.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. So it was Great Sword of Wounding, which was cool, and unfortunately I can't use it. Thunderous Dagger, which is also cool, and Deet has that. And after that...
It'll be in your guys' equipment section.
Yeah.
That card's from.
After that, Kobolds went their way with a message to, say, a warden of... Ah, God, I can't remember it. What's...
Shimandrax.
Shimandrax. Okay. I was thinking, like, something Minithax. I was like, that's close, but no.
You're thinking about
Aramar Minithax.
Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? I thought he was a dragon. Anyways.
Yeah, but the Eagle one.
The kobolds go into the tunnels. They do their kobold thing. We head north. We detect numerous different things, including a mysterious stranger kind of wandering about on some hills off to one direction. Griffins getting lunch off to another direction. We said, fuck that noise in its entirety. And a abandoned, what turned out to be a Nevros encampment. And we decided to go there because it was starting to get dark and it's probably the most secure place we could find in the area. In fact, it's relatively fine. You just need to do some patchwork and it's pretty okay.
I think it was a war camp.
Yeah. Relative to, like, just camping out in the woods, it's pretty good. Kasai was... I can't remember the exact emotion. I think it was, like, impressed by, like, the structure of it. I'm probably wrong with that wording.
Yeah.
That's what you remember. That's what you remember.
Yeah.
In the same way that apparently Amber was when talking about Monsieur Jack.
That's a good way.
Saya.
Yeah.
Monsieur.
Sajar asked Oriana for opinions about him combating with their yearly fight with it was brother-in-law who's married to a sister who is pregnant with twins. Congratulations. More importantly to Oriana is I was trained by Marshal Militides, and she's like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. It's just Marshal Militides. Just okay, it's just Marshal Militides. It's fine. It's fine. And the thing I didn't clarify was he trained under Marshal Militides or just at Marshal Militides' school? This is a question I have to find out later, or an answer I have to find out later. Because I feel like those are two different things. Anyways, after that, nothing really happened. We all just kind of set up camp. A few of us went and got wood, and that's about it.
I can hear Marshall's voice when you type, like, when I read that, though. I can hear it in my head. Like, it's so distinctive.
It's still there. Whichever you prefer.
Yeah, that is an important distinction, because if it wasn't Marshall himself, then his student, Tala, would have been the most likely person to be teach. I imagine Tala probably got other teachers through time, but, yeah, it is an important distinction.
Yeah. Like, being taught in the school has a pedigree to it. Being taught by Marshal Militides has a different pedigree to it.
Yeah, an honor to it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I think Marshall's dead at this point.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
I would very much like to know.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Anyways, that's where I left off with the available.
His name is Marlon Brask, if you remember.
I had it written in my notes. Where are you, Sajar? Northeast, we went that way. Oh, as a small note, we went northeast to go get wood.
Correct.
Yes.
There are two forests you could have gathered from, and you guys decided to err on the side of caution.
Not go anywhere near the griffins.
And yeah, not go in the direction where the griffins were generally. And in a funny sense of irony, the caution, I don't know if it's still there anymore.
I know for a fact I wrote down the information Sajar gave me.
We sort of glanced past it because O had hopped off at that point, but O and I talked about it. Redain did put on the mask when basically around the time you guys were leaving.
Yes.
Yes. Just so you guys all are aware.
Yeah, I forgot.
The
to write
mask
that
has
down.
been donned. The save was made preemptively, and I've already sent the pertinent details and such. So yeah.
You gotta
Freaking
love
banger.
it. No,
Yeah,
thinking-
it's
oh
I
my God.
I was talking to you about Garth of like all the sheets I had to make. Yeah, I didn't end up touching those because I was working on that. So that's why maybe I could have actually gone through all those sheets. Maybe
Possibly.
it
But-
probably would have pushed me to like 3:30 a.m. But then I decided to say fuck it.
Yeah, that's probably a better call.
Such is life. The sheets will be made at a later point. Which is also why I did not get around to your guys' wolf stuff. Which is what I'm doing right now.
Aha, stalling.
Yeah, so Ninja gave me the token already, so I
I
could
did
just
indeed.
I could just have I still don't get why it has to have import journal and then edit and control, because import journal feels like they should be able to look at it, but it's not because Roll20 is stupid. Whatever. That one should be unlocked for you right now. I'm finishing out the rest of them currently.
Crash, can I? Because I misunderstood which effect, how it affected the blades with the covetous arsenal. May I switch so that I have the great sword of wounding,
Like
in
the
my
original one?
hands and the silver in the horde?
Sure.
Thank you.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I was a misunderstanding. So it's all good.
I also realized something about this one.
But
It pulses at the end, or at the, let's see, I think it's at the end of my turn.
at the end of each of your turns.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we're running before.
At the start of their turn.
Was that what we're doing? Well, some for the future then.
Yeah.
Live and learn. Live and learn. So, what else happened?
I think that's about where we left off.
Mhm.
Everything that happened after like Oriana and Sajar talked was what is classified as the aftermath.
The Aftermath gang.
Heck. Okay.
The ones with
Well, then-
more impulse control.
Hmm.
I'll do the steed sheets later, and I'll be doing the woven sheets as we are playing in the beginning today. But we can actually get into it before Chrissy hops on. So, allow me to change the music. Let's see. Let's go for some nice Oblivion Watchman's Ease. That's always nice. What is it? I'm not busting out Oriole's Ascension. We're not going to that tranquility yet.
Hmm.
Maybe later. Or maybe not. I don't know. So, to those of you that have better impulse control, you guys are still in the midst of the long-abandoned Nevros war encampment. Vaso and Zar gone. The three of them are gone. PC-wise are gone, but everyone else is here. Some of the animals are gone as well. There was Custer, Ripper, and Guy.
Yeah, Guy.
Yeah, Guy. But every other creature is still here. Let me just change to the titles card. There we go. Lambert is in the midst of double checking fortifications. Him, Vaso, and Zal did get around to shoring up certain spots which are particularly open or vulnerable to the best that they can do. It's not like they have an entire engineering corps to call upon for this sort of stuff. It was just them. But nonetheless, Lambert is being vigilant and double checking stuff. Redane, you are coming back from your sequence. Sajar, I think you were going to go talk to Redane about sparring when Oriana and Silas and Anushka and them left, I believe.
Yeah, he was going to look for something to practice, like a dummy, or if he couldn't find that, he was going to go look for.
I think there would be like it would be less of a dummy, more of a, like, you know those rolled mats that people would use to test blades on, like particularly people with katanas. There's the ramshackle remnants of one of those, but to quantify it as a dummy, maybe less so. It's something to swing at.
Yeah, I think he would consider it, and is sort of like, nah, where's Redane?
And let's see, Brendan, you were finishing out copying spells from Tollus, and then Deet is in the midst of a trance, long rest. Yes. Says escaping. So, you guys have what was the cutoff time? 2 hours?
Yeah.
Was that was the time? 2 hours? Yeah,
The
so
idea
2
was, like,
hours
hour
until
and a half, we'd
you
get
guys got to
to-
start being concerned for your away team, so to speak. So, what would you like to do?
Why am I the only person that's not muted?
I don't know.
I guess that means you
I am
valid
walking
vote.
through a parking lot.
Oh,
Understandable.
yeah.
Well, here, in the meantime, I'll drop Falcon Hoof and his what would you like to do and how cringe but great it is. Yep.
I
Thanks,
would like
BBC.
to admire my new doggo.
Slack is living up to his name and just chilling in the middle of the camp where the fire is being started, and he's just vibing.
Yeah.
He looks exactly like the art that you made right now. Like he's just tucked down.
Wonderful.
Alright.
I think. I'll beg Tollus to start teaching me floating disc.
Oh yeah, sure. Sit down here. And she just pats the ground next to them.
I'll slowly approach and sit down next to her.
I don't bite.
Hey, but you
No more so than Slack. Point at Slack, who lazily lifts open one eye, having heard his name, then decides not to give a shit and closes his eye again.
Hey, but you ask a lot of questions, and I'm not great with that.
I'm getting better.
Nah.
They give you like a sheepish smile at that. Like, it's fine. It's fine. I won't do too much right now.
Good.
So,
Yeah,
the disc.
yeah, I don't know what it is, but it is not something that I know how to do.
Well, it's not simple. It's a disc. So, like a big dinner plate.
Okay, but how big? Like, he holds up his
It's big.
hands, like
Tollus
about the size
grabbed
of a
like a near-
basketball.
Yeah, Tollus grabbed like a nearby stick and sort of. It's not a perfect circle by any means, but it's a pretty decent circle as like the dimensions of the disc itself. True to the spell, which I guess I might as well just hit the button for. Let me just crack open Tollus' sheet. Tollus. Yeah. Loan disc. Yeah, so like 3 feet.
Oh, that's a bit bigger than I thought.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't exactly. It's not invisible, but it's not really fully visible either. You'll see what I mean.
Okay.
It's similar. It's I guess it comes from the same cloth as those blasts you deliver. Sort of visible, sort of not.
Oh, I.
Magical force condensed down, leashed to you, and you can dump whatever you want on it. Even yourself, if you want to be lazy.
I see. But it's leashed to me, so if I sit on top of it, does it just not move?
No, you can will it to move. It will just
Oh, okay.
constantly try to chase after you. If you leave a certain range.
Oh,
30
I
feet.
see. Okay.
Where's that 20?
Okay.
20.
So I could theoretically pretend that I'm actually levitating and just sit on the disc?
Tullis thinks about it. Sort of. The thing is, it's not perfectly invisible. It's just like heat off like a hot surface.
Like a mirage?
Yeah. Does like
I
a
don't know,
shaky
I've
wave
never
of the
seen-
hand. Sort of visible, sort of not.
I've never
At
seen
a distance,
mirage.
I guess it
just
would.
know the word.
You hear a voice in your head. Mirage. So you do know about him. Good. You would listen.
Well, let's just see his friend and just looking off to one direction that's
Yeah,
not
just-
anywhere.
And Tullis their head. You're right. Also,
Oh
hello,
no,
Kirsten.
yes, I am fine.
Voices again.
Aye. That's the nice one.
Aw, little man. Hey, listen. Whenever you're done, either by completion or by boredom, with this magic lesson, give me a ring, give me a holler, and we'll get to those rubies. You alright?
Yeah, I just a new task has appeared.
A new hand has
And-
touched the beacon.
Hi, just something to do later before I forget, which I will probably forget, and he'll remind me. Probably.
Well, if you need any help, I'm right here. And I imagine we're shacking down for the night, so
Aye.
not much else to do.
I wonder when the others are getting back.
I'm sure they'll be alright, though.
I don't know even where they're gone.
So just points out the gate that leads in the northeastern direction. To the forest over there. They'll be fine.
At
They'll be
least
fine.
it's a forest to our north. That means it's not the twins.
Nah, not the twins. Far cry from the twins now. Miles.
I know, I feel it every day.
I'm sure you'll be fine. They say the north is more wild, so should
it's not
be a
the
bit
twins.
more familiar to you.
We'll see.
Let's get to it. And
Aye.
Tola just cracks open their spell book, and the two of you, what were you listening to instruction?
Just like, yes, this is how you do magic. This
Yeah,
is the
yeah,
first time
exactly.
I learned
Like-
how
like-
to do magic.
Yeah, Tolis is a pretty decent teacher in the sense of they encourage you to ask questions, just like they do.
Yeah.
And given your open declaration that you're not a learned student of magic, you're just a magic user, like Tolis very much encourages. If there's anything, if anything goes over your head, just stop me and tell me that you don't get it, and then we can go into that. Although small time.
Prentice is like, yes, I know what magic is. Totally.
Yes, I know how to spell it. That's good enough, right?
It's Magika.
Mask. Good old Magica game. That was a great game. That was a dumb game. That was a dumb game, but it was a great game. Anyways,
That's funny.
I loved
I
using
imagine
the
as
arse mind.
I imagine as the two of them are sitting there doing their learned magic stuff, he sees the jar just as he's looking for Dane, walk past, stop for a second, look over Tolis' shoulder and be like, floating disc. Can't even fit my ego. And then he keeps walking.
Precious is like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, the thing is, Tolis doesn't have the spell prepared right now, so they're really just trying to. I'll say, for purposes of narration and story, that they conjure a half version of it, not to the point where it's like solid enough.
They do
for
a minor
actually the plot
illusion
itself.
of it.
Yeah, basically a minor illusion of it.
They get up a blackboard and draw on.
Yeah, like drawing the Durans. Like, oh, this is how it works. So yeah, that's you're in the midst of that, and yeah, Sajar, you see this magic lesson going down, and you're a magic user yourself, and you have your own style of education towards it. You don't know how compatible that your education would be compared to this. Just a different type of question, really, in and of itself. So,
Yeah, I think it would linger for like a minute, then you just like, not for me.
don't care. I'm out.
Alright.
So,
The first level,
Deep
so
is in the midst
2
of
hours.
Yeah, it's 2 hours per level, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, 2 hours per level, so it'll take you 2 hours. So that'll be that. And I guess that 2 hour time, I'm assuming Deed is still resting, unless you want to stir from your trance for whatever reason. But if not, then whatevs. Yeah. So Jean and Rodan, what are you guys up to?
Yeah, I would go look for Redane, see if I can find him anywhere.
I leave it up to O to determine where.
I'd like to think he was just. We had that nice like little block of wall that he was doing his thing to, so he'd probably still be there.